This is the Doctor, continuing Unicorn Overlord. Last episode, we recruited our first magic user, Yana, after liberating the swamps. There's going to be a lot to do on the world map this episode. First, let's talk to all these people nearby, see what they have to, or maybe we'll go to the left and explore a little bit, and then we'll talk to everyone. Lumber, there is a statue thing. This, we'll come back to it. It doesn't do anything right now, but it will do something later on in the game. Alright, witch. Lady Yana spent much of her magic making herself look younger. She's barely got any left now. You better take good care of her. Now, to be fair, she is actually still incredibly strong as a magic user. She's level 5. But she already has 30 magic attack, as you can see. So, these casters have very low physical defense, as you can see. Basically no defense, no hit points. Reasonable magic defense, 16 is good. The only characters that are better are, you know, Yosef, who's level 20, and Sharon, who's a cleric. She has a little bit of evasion, too, 29, but her initiative is actually real low, 12. She's getting a staff that's giving her +3. Compare that with someone like Bruno, who has 8. So she's basically got the same initiative as Bruno. They're actually very slow. Something to keep in mind here. But their attack is nice. The Ice Bolt freezes an enemy. If we could get her to go quick and freeze someone so they can't do anything, that would be really, really strong. And Magic Unfurl is real nice. It can buff allies so that they do some magic damage. Very good to break through high defense units like those hoplites. And we're starting to get into more complicated tactics here because so far most of the tactics are just the characters doing their own thing. Ralph buffs himself with Eagle Eye, Bruno heals himself with Bulk Up, Sharon does heals, but that kind of makes sense as a healer. But we're starting to get into combo territory here with Yana. And because of that, I think I might talk a little bit more about how to do the tactics. I've only briefly alluded to it, but it's about time, maybe in the next episode, next battle stage, to talk more about some of the interesting interactions of the tactic system. But for now, let's do our world stage stuff. Soldier, the only way to Elheim is through the Winding Wood to the south of here. I tried getting there myself once, but got lost and ended up right back where I started. Okay, can we fix up... Oh, this town's already fully fixed up. I don't even have to deliver anything. What are you selling?
If it's steel you're after, you're in the right place.
We have a Familiar's Choker, 3,000 gold item, grants an ally plus 50% magic attack, grants the user minus 50% magic attack. Now that is a interesting item. I would imagine you want to give it... Oh, right, but you can't... So not all items can be equipped by everyone. This Familiar's Choker can only be equipped by a magic user. So only Sharon or Yana. And the only person right now who even remotely makes sense to give it to is Sharon, but she should use her PP to heal. Yana doesn't make sense because you can't buff yourself, so this item doesn't do anything right now. Thawing Scepter, Guard Hunter. Ooh, activates after an enemy guards an attack. Attack a single enemy with magic and there's 30% of the target's defense. So what this means is if an enemy guards themselves, and I bought this and gave it to Yana, she gets, first of all, +1 attack, although she loses some initiative. But she can get a free attack off when an enemy guards, and that happens all the time. That's pretty good. But it's also 10,000. I don't know if it's like 10,000 gold good right now. Warcry, now this is a fun item. You buy this, give it to someone like Clive, and then he uses his PP to buff himself up to an absurd amount of damage. Aubin would also be amazing for it. Bruno could be amazing if we put it on the back line. There's a lot of characters who could benefit from this this item, so that's a strong contender. an item called a Dancer's Bracelet. Activate before an ally attacks. Grants plus 30% physical attack for an ally's next attack. That's also potentially extremely strong. But this one's a lot harder to use. The crew tasts it because it activates at the start of the battle. It's very easy to take advantage of this. There is something to note here. These abilities, they all have a trait that says limited. And this could be a good time to talk about what that actually does, because it took me a long time before I understood that. The library under game tips explains it in the battles section, I believe. And it'll talk about, I think it's under the discussion about battle, no, not rows, targeting, no, not targeting. Where does it talk about that? Not guard. No, it's not affliction. Skill traits, there we go. So there's all these different traits for skills. Important ones to note are range skills, because they can attack the back rows. That's very important. There are certain abilities that they can't guard against or cover against. Those tend to be pretty rare. Grounded skills, there are certain skills that can only fit the ground. Those are pretty rare too. Charge skills, those are way later in the game. Don't worry about those right now. Limited skills, though. This one is very important. If multiple limited skills are set to activate at the same time, such as at the beginning or end of a battle, only the skill used by the character with the highest initiative will activate. The other limited skills will not activate. They even may, like, of all of the skill traits, this is the most important help text. I don't know why they put it at the end. There should be, like, the first thing. So, in other words, if I somehow bought 2 of these
If it's steel you're after,
crew
you're in the right
tacits,
place.
and I put them on 2 characters in the same group, only one character would get the benefit. And as the game goes on, there's going to be a lot of activates at the start of a battle abilities, and you can only get 1, even if you have like 5 characters in your group, and it's always the one with the highest initiative. So you want to be very careful about what ability activates at the start of a battle as the game goes on. I'm going to buy this. I think it's a great early game item.
Done
And then I'll
done.
figure out who to give it to. And then lastly, there is a Gambler's Coin that grants plus 30% attack, plus 50% critical damage, but minus 50 accuracy. Activates before an ally attacks. This one could be tremendous fun to combo with someone like Ralph. In fact, in Ralph's group, I would actually give that item to Lex because... Oh, wait, no, that wouldn't work. Basically, I need Ralph to go second. I do that? No. So then Chloe would get it. She would use her ability on Ralph, and then Ralph, I think, can still activate Ego Eye, so he's guaranteed a hit, even with that massive accuracy debuff. I could also just give him, like, the glasses, and then he'll be accurate anyway. But it's real tricky to set up that combo. You have to, like, manipulate the initiative just right, and we're not going to worry about that right now. Okay. Oh, we got to station someone here to guard. I feel like Yana can guard her own village.
I'll do it for you.
Okay. Ooh, is that trout? I think one of our other villages need a trout. Area is rich in resources. Let's grab some of this resource there, and then what else we got? We got more trout. We got something going on to the right. We'll worry about that later after we grab all these resources. The area is infested with trout, it seems. Soldier, it's our duty to defend liberated regions. Worry not, I'm well on top of things here. Are you? Are you really? Which? Head south from here and you'll end up in the Winding Wood, but you'll need an elven guide if you want to get through. Well, this is no time for detours. Our focus must lie on rescuing Scarlet. So this must be the edge of this zone. And then this particular town does look like we need to fix it up. We have to deliver all these different things, but I'll just press Y to deliver all of them. I can tell because there's no star at the top, and also these all say restoration request. Our village is full of warmth and life again, all thanks to the liberation. I truly can't thank you enough. And then these are the auxiliary quests, which I'm not going to worry about.
If it's steel you're after, you're in the right place.
Interesting stuff. There's a runic spear which has very high magical attack. It even has a magic attack with a magic attack bonus. So I could make one of my characters actually do magic attack, like Chloe or something like that. It's interesting, but it's very expensive. There's a sorcerer's medallion that is a great caster item for Yana, but it's also 10,000. It's quite a lot to pay.
Be seeing.
I might buy it though. Let's see what else we got.
Or maybe to sell.
There's flowers.
Just say the word and it's yours.
I think
Come
they
back
all
soon.
have flowers. Okay, who should guard this particular village? Maybe Ralph could guard it.
I'll keep watch for you.
Which, lately, our apprentice witches have really started coming to their own under Lady Yana's tutelage. We're prepared for anything now, and we won't let Zenoirus set another foot in this swamp. Good. Okay, some more loot up here. Gonna do the loot first. Got a healing font. That's an AoE heal. So all the trout is in the swamp. Which, if you're alright hiring an apprentice witch, you can do so at the fort here. Witches can attack with bolts of ice magic and imbue their allies' attack with magic. We're not good at taking physical attacks though, so make sure you keep us safe in the back row. And then I could potentially fight this one. They've got 2 witches in the back and a hoplite in the front. That is actually kind of tricky. Because, yeah, Yana could kill her, but her initiative is so low. Huh. Trying to think, how would I do it? Because to finish off the 2 witches in the back, you need Clive to do his assaulting lance thing. I think I have to buy that runic spear just to do this. To think on some of these puzzles for a little bit. Alright. Can I fix up this town? No, I don't have enough timber. But I could have sworn there was a town over here called Collage Town where they wanted the trout and the sardines, which now I can deliver. Our town's managed to rebuild thanks to all the supplies you brought us. We've nothing but gratitude. May the Father bless you all. Actually, Ralph should be stationed here, now that I think about it. Because this is his town.
I'll keep watch for you.
We've the Liberation Army to thank for our town's revival. May the Heavenly Father bless you all. Town's bounced back, and it's all because of you. How can I ever thank you? Okay. Well, now I have to put someone to guard this tiny town in the swamp. You know what, Travis? Why don't you do
Made
it?
the right choice.
Okay, I know we have a lot of talking to do as well. A lot of reading and so forth. Oh, is that a... That's a glowy item I didn't get. Light feather, nice. Wonder if I have enough power to fight some of these other groups. Like this group of... gladiators. We would need, of course, a Clive to do it. Probably. Abed. I don't know if Clive has enough. Yeah, he doesn't quite have enough to one-shot them. But what if I did my tactics slightly differently? Because notice Elaine goes, and then Aubin goes, and then Clive. What if, in my tactics, I'm like, Aubin, don't attack the lowest hit point. For this battle, specifically, attack the highest hit point, and then we can do our rush. The Assault Lance. No, that doesn't matter. I wonder why. Clive just must not have the damage to finish them off. Who else has a lot of damage? Bruno, but Bruno's so slow. Alright, well, this group we might have to deal with later, but I think there's another group we can fight. There were some hoplites back here, which, now that we have Yana, should be pretty straightforward. You just have one hoplite and one spear soldier. Okay, I think... Ooh. What we need to do is we need to kill that hoplite and then have someone go very slow to finish off the soldier in the back. So Clive, of course, would be the best, but I don't think I have the items that manipulate initiative. I need like Yana to go first. Leaf brooch, that's not what I want. I need let's call like a dove feather. Try the war cry, just I know I lose a little bit of attack up front, but plus 20% attack should more than make up for it. And then Elaine attacks first. We have the ice ball. I could try, okay, I can try this. This is going to be a little weird. I'm going to do the magic conferral as the second action. Where is it? Only, oh, on the user second action, that won't help, that won't help. What if I made it target combatant type, only do it on cavalry? Would that buff Clive? Yes, that did it. Okay, so the specific tactic I changed. In fact, this might be a good demonstration of how things went. So originally what I had was Elaine, Yana, and Clive, and we can see the order of their attacks: 1 on Elaine, 2 on Clive, and then 3 on Yana due to their initiative orders. And this is not enough to... Oh, we changed the RNG, and now it's enough to kill them? That's kind of disappointing. I wanted to go back to when we were failing to prove a point. Or the war cry. Okay, the war cry probably was the other thing that made the difference. But just the war cry enough by itself would have been enough. Interesting. That's how strong that war cry ability is. But let's just do this, and then we'll see how that goes. So Yana used magic conferral on Elaine, and Elaine did good damage, but it's not enough. Clive actually still did amazing damage to that hoplite.
I'll freeze you.
Alright, but, well, did our bout meet your lofty expectations? While house girls' attacks are effective, they tend to lack the strength for a decisive blow. Consider pairing them with a warrior or magic user for a greater advantage in battle. Okay, yeah, I could do that with Aubin, but I want to try something a little different. Let's try a magic conferral now on a unit type, or combatant type of cavalry. Oh, that didn't do what I thought it would do. I wanna see what's going on in the battle. Okay, that's as expected. And
I'm
then
here to help.
Yana used that assaulting lance on Clive. Clive just doesn't have enough damage without the orc proc. That's all it is. But you see how I changed who Yana targeted in battle by changing her tactic to, and it can't be prioritized. It's only cavalry, and the game does explain it to you. Target only cavalry combatants. If you do prioritize, she'll try to pick a cavalry if there's like 2 options, but that won't work because when Elaine attacks, he's the only character. So even if you prioritize cavalry, she's still going to cast it only on Elaine. But apparently, all we have to do is the warriors tacit, and I'm still going to prioritize cavalry just in case, or not prioritize, like force cavalry. And that should be enough. Really? The RNG changed again? But I gave the item, right, to Clive. How is he not doing enough damage now? He must have crit the other way. That's annoying if that's how that worked. I'm trying to prove a point here. Must be like RNG. Huh. So it depends on whether I crit or not. That's kind of a boring way to win, though. I don't know that I'm satisfied with that, but you know what? I'm not very satisfied with that. If I'm gonna win this because I crit, that's not satisfying at all. I'll come back. I'll deal with you later. Okay. I think I took care of most of the management. So we have 3 choices now. We could go east. There's a person here who wants to talk. We can go to the city of Barbatimo, or we can actually head north. But before we do... Oh, there's a little tower here. Lex, here, let me take a look inside. I didn't even notice this. Hey, I found something. Guess luck was on my side today. Dew of Vitality. Ah, yes, the dews. So, these items I haven't used yet, but I should probably use them soon. These are permanent stat buffs. Where are they? They're on this screen. There we go. And we right now have Dew of Strength, Vitality, and Protection. So, as the ability implies, like the help text says, rather, it increases the target's physical attack by 1 if you use Dew of Strength, hit points by 2 for Dew of Vitality, physical defense by 1 for Dew of Protection, and there's all these other types of dews, including one called the Dew of Illusion, which actually increases all the stats. So, it says up to 5 uses. What that should mean is that you can use Dew of Vitality 5 times on one character, and then you can't use the 6th one, but you could still use Dew of Strength. So each use should be independent. So I could use like 5 Dew of Vitality and 5 Dew of Strength on the same character. And there's also those Dew of Illusions, which are super rare, and you get them a bit, but they're pretty rare to get your hands on. And those raise all your stats by 1. Now, some characters don't really benefit from all stats, and some do. So Elaine, for example, literally can make use of every single stat. He's like super well-rounded, has no real weaknesses. Someone like Holdrick, let's just say, has more limited need for some stats like initiative or crit rate. He's never going to do that much damage. Or evasion. He's not going to use evasion at all. He's not a dodge tank. So someone like Holdrick, if we up his initiative, it would be to like try to manipulate it in some way to go ahead of someone else who's super slow. Could be tricky. Manipulating initiative on like Bruno or Yana makes more sense because they're very close together, and you might want Yana to go ahead of Bruno, or maybe the other way around. Other characters like Sharon, she has no physical attacks ever, and I don't even know if it's possible to give her a physical attack even through items. So physical attack does nothing. And a lot of these characters, they tend to stay on the back, so even stats like physical defense, guard rate, they're not that valuable. So a lot of characters do not need all the stats. That is just something to keep in mind in terms of how to prioritize how to assign the items. I am thinking I almost certainly want to raise Travis's hit points and Yana's hit points a little bit so they don't get like random one-shots. There are abilities that do that. So you know what? Let's use some of these Dues of Vitality. Let's use it. Travis. Since he's a tank, I'm going to use it twice. Use it once on Yana. This is not super optimal from a min-max perspective. Just spreading the love around for fun. We would do a strength on Clive again. And then do a protection. Let's use one on Lex. He needs it. Clive actually has really good defense. Maybe Lex should have 2. Here, have 2, buddy. Okay, and then we'll save the rest. And before I go on to the next part of the game, let's read a little bit from the archives, because I want to learn more about the swamp area. So we have the Ravaged Swamp event. At the entrance to the swamp in southern Cornea, Elaine meets a witch named Yana, descendant of a former court sorceress for the Cornean royal family. After explaining her home is under siege by Zenora, she asks Elaine to help her set it free. The Zenorian officer Beaumont, upon hearing the Liberation Army is en route to the witch's swamp, decides to stand his ground in hopes of defeating the Liberation, completing his duty and achieving yet unprecedented glory. After the Liberation claims victory, Yana reveals that she is the very witch who once served as court sorceress for Cornea's royal family, though used magic to make herself appear younger. She then asks to join the Liberation and fight for her home. Elsewhere, the defeated Beaumont despairs at his failure, both in battle and in seizing the chance of advancing Zenora's army. However, he quickly regains his composure and sets forth with his subordinate in search of a new venture. Okay. And then the mercenaries, we'll read about them later. Cornean characters, I think Morden is here now. We also have Yana, the young witch from the Witch's Swamp in Cornea. While Zenora invaded and began rounding up her peers, she escaped by taking the form of a cat. After meeting Elaine, she asked for his help in freeing her village. In truth, Yana is the old court sorceress of Cornea's royal family and hid from Zenora with a spell that restored her youth, though it also dampened her magic. After her home was freed, she agreed to join the Liberation. And then we have Beaumont, an officer in the Zenorian army tasked with capturing the Witch's Swamp in southwest Cornea. Once a local Cornean lord, he swiftly pledged fealty to Galerius in order to retain his territory and save his own skin. He's not mind controlled. Eager to prove his worth, he volunteered to capture the Witch's Swamp, assuming it to be a simple path to glory and status. While the swamp itself fell easily, he now finds himself desperately searching for the Witch's elder. Afterward, he was defeated in battle by the Liberation Army. Knowing Zenora would punish him harshly for his failure and seeing little opportunity to profit in Cornea, he fled with his subordinate to unknown lands. Baptiste, Beaumont's subordinate and only confidant. Though grateful to Beaumont for keeping him around, he's unable to commit to a life of evil, and often wonders if he shouldn't search for a job better suited to his calm temperament. That is a good point, buddy. Fort Grow, a small fort near the Witch's Swamp in southwest Cornea. In days of old, it was a gathering place for neophyte witches hoping to establish themselves as renowned wielders of the magic arts. Le Beau Hamlet, one of the 2 settlements in the Witch's Swamp of southwestern Cornea, bearing a research hall belonging to the village elder Yana. While the hamlet itself is surrounded by marshland, the nearby forest is renowned for its foraging sites. And then Bellum Goria Hamlet, one of the 2 hamlets in the Witch's Swamp of southwestern Cornea. Wealth of ore can be found in the region. Well, the road from the hamlet leads to the Winding Wood, which lies on Cornea's border with the elven land of Elheim. Yeah, those 2 regions were very rich indeed in resources. You know what? I think I might do the battle for Barbatimo next. It's just I've been holding back on reading their entries because of that, and we have at least 1 magic user. It'll be enough to take out the that city. Oh, there's another battle we could do here. Maybe Clive is strong enough to fight that off. We would need Ralph in the group though. I wonder if Clive, just through his sheer damage of Assaulting Lance and Warcry, he might be strong enough. Let's see. And then we need Ralph to... Speaking of Ralph, Duel of Strength, we gotta give one to him. He's like pure physical attack. Prioritize flying, yep. Wait, how does the order of battle go in this group? 1, 2, 3. Ah, that won't do. That won't do at all. This dude is going to use... They're going to use arrow cover, so Ralph is going to do nothing. Okay, let's put Yana back in. Yana might be... She might be enough. Still got the prioritized cavalry. How am I going to hit the... How am I going to hit the flyer? Is the problem. Well, you do have the True Thrust, which is guaranteed to hit the flyer, but I doubt it would do enough damage to kill it. I'll try though. Yeah. I mean, you can, of course, level up and just better gear to do it, but they're a bunch of level 4 guys. You would think we could do it. It's just, how do you hit the flyer without relying on RNG, you know? Not sure. Actually, what if we did something really weird? What's the attack order here? 1. Oh, I need the initiative manipulating items. I need Yana to go second, so she could like try to freeze one of the enemies in the front, and then Ralph can one-shot the flyer in the back. But a lot of these, even these sort of example battles, they're really hard without the ability for you to manipulate the turn order. I don't know there is a solution without that ability. They're like little puzzles, but not really gonna worry about it until I get that ability, and I know attacking that city will give me that ability. So then the question is, do I want to buy?
If it's steel you're after, you're in the right place.
Any more stuff? It's a very powerful item for Yana. It is a good item, and I would use it for the rest of the game.
If it's steel
What's
you're
here?
after,
Oh, this was
you're in
the
right
fun
place.
stuff. Don't need a thawing scepter. That's a little niche for what you get. I'll buy the Sorcerer's
If it's
Medallion.
steel you're after, you're in the right place. Done and done. Be seeing.
I'll give Yana a nice power boost. 34 magic attack. 14% crit rate. Very nice. I think the rest I'm just gonna do some unit formations. A lot of times I won't bother recording this stuff, but in this case I think I will. What if we put Holdrick, Yana, and Elaine together? It's not a super optimal group from a combat power perspective, but they all like each other. Holdrick, why aren't you in the group? Because I didn't select you. But they all like each other and have lots to say. You can put Clive back with Chloe and Aubin and Ralph are just they're not leveling that much. That's okay. Levels, there are so many ways to catch people up. I'm not worried about that. I'm trying to prioritize relationships right now. And Aubin and Ralph both already have the things they need to say to one another. Ralph and Elaine, though, could use a relationship buff there. I think this particular formation will do. How many shards do I have now? 5 new items available. There's some more dues, as you can see here. Protection, warding, parrying. Charm of warding is quite nice. Cleric's Cane. Very high stats, +1 base PP. It's a very good item. Of course, you can just buy lots of these basic dues. You can't really go wrong with that to buff character stats. Okay, I think I will do this a liberation battle. It's going to be quite a short battle episode next, so the next episode might actually be a combination of battle stage and world stage, just because liberation battles tend to be extremely short. But we'll see. It might not be, or it could just be like a 10-minute episode. We'll see. All right. Thank you for watching. Until next time.